if I told you that technology could turn child custody battles from a war zone into a place of resolution? Picture two people sitting across from each other, arms folded, faces tense. They used to share everything: laughter, family dinners, dreams for the future. Now the only things they have in common are their children and the anxiety of what comes next. Sarah and Jake have 2 kids, a house, and a history of inside jokes that have turned into passive-aggressive text messages. The court gave them a stack of paperwork, a deadline, and 0 emotional guidance. Sarah asks, "Will I get to see my kids as much?" Jake wonders, "Am I going to lose my voice in their upbringing?" They could let the system turn them into adversaries. Then a friend tells them about mediation, and a late-night internet search leads them to me. I've been a divorce attorney for over 25 years. I'm a mediator, and I'm an author, and I'm a strong believer that breaking up or divorce does not need to be a slow-motion train wreck. This passion didn't start in law school. It began in my own childhood. When I was young, my parents divorced, but instead of a battle, they chose mediation way before it was mainstream. Because of that, I grew up seeing that breaking up or a divorce doesn't need to be a fight to the bitter end. That experience led me to law school and then to years in private practice and working in the court system, where I saw firsthand that our legal process is not designed to handle the complexities of family life. As a divorce mediator, my job isn't to declare a winner. Divorce mediation is designed to help people step out of combat mode and work together to create an agreement that protects what matters most, their family, even in its new form. By the end of our time together, Sarah and Jake had created an agreement that fit their lives, not just a strict court-imposed order. But most importantly, they had peace of mind knowing that they kept control of the process every step of the way. But here's the real problem. Most separating parents don't even know that mediation is an option. And even if they do, it can be difficult to access and it can be too expensive. Many separating parents, for example, Rachel and Mike, never formalize a parenting agreement at all. No court, no mediation, just never-ending arguments and constant miscommunication. The chaos seeps into all of the other aspects of their life, affecting their other relationships, their careers, and most importantly, it impacts the well-being of their children. Imagine if instead they'd have easy access to mediation right at their fingertips, a simple, accessible path to creating a parenting agreement. With a clear agreement in hand, Rachel and Mike could stop the constant bickering, and their children could begin to feel a sense of stability. This is where technology steps in, offering solutions to this age-old problem, and it is a big problem. Let's talk numbers. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are nearly 11 million single-parent families. And according to the Annie E. Casey Foundation, there are more than 23 million children living in these families. How many of them can afford to access private services? And who suffers the most? The kids. The kids are the quiet casualties of this broken system. Now, these days, we use technology for nearly everything: ordering food, working remotely, even finding our soulmates, or at least a decent first date. But when it comes to family law, we are stuck in the 80s, and not in a fun and flashy way. For nearly a decade, I've been offering online mediation, making it easier for more people to get the help that they need. But the reality of it is, I can't help every parent that reaches out. Legal aid programs nationwide are overburdened, and they're forced to turn away most child custody cases, which is truly heartbreaking. Too many families slip through the cracks. As part of the effort to scale justice and to make parenting plans more accessible and affordable, I'm building Virtual Gabby, an AI-powered virtual mediator that educates, de-escalates, and equips parents with the tools that they need to co-parent effectively. It empowers them to create a customized custody agreement simply and affordably, preventing years of unnecessary arguments and lengthy, costly courtroom battles. AI-powered technology is not going to replace courts or lawyers or mediators, but it can ensure that every parent, whether they were ever married or not, has the ability to resolve their differences and to co-parent peacefully. Because having a clear parenting agreement should not be a luxury item. Sarah and Jake were lucky. They had resources. They had me. But what about Rachel and Mike and the millions of other parents still struggling to find solutions? Every parent, whether married, divorced, or never married, deserves the opportunity to have a fair, clear parenting agreement without confusion, excessive cost, and unnecessary burdens. And every child deserves parents who are empowered to succeed. With AI-powered technology, we can finally disrupt this broken system, this unfair status quo, and help more families build a future not on resentment, but on resolution. Thank you.